Okay, a quick pros and cons video on this 2022 BMW X3 M40i. If you haven't seen my full in-depth review on this vehicle already, I will leave a link to that in the description box below, and towards the end of this video I'll talk to you about how you can take some money off if you're looking to order a new X3, either 1% off on the M40i or even 6% off on the regular X3. So more on that later. Let's get into the first pro. That's going to be this Drivetrain, which that's going to be a double-edged sword because it's going to be a pro and a con. But the first thing you have to know about it is it's stupid quick. This is probably going to be one of the quickest vehicles most people are going to experience. So get ready for that. 0 to 60 is about 4.4 seconds, which is decent. That's not bad. But most importantly, this vehicle pulls really nice at the city speed, so at the lower RPMs, but also when you're at the highway speeds and you're doing like 70 miles an hour and you peg it to pass somebody, this has that top end power as well. So I really appreciate that. As far as turbocharged engines go, far superior to the Audi SQ5 I tested regards to top end power, right? Also the 8-speed transmission in this, I've harped on this. Many journalists have harped on this multiple times. This is one of the quickest shifting 8-speed automatics on the planet, only to be bested by like a PDK transmission. That's how good this is. It is so quick, so smooth, no problem. Now regarding the cons of this drivetrain, I mentioned this because I've driven a M40i, the coupe, brand new 2022. I will leave a link to that in the description box as well. But that drivetrain was superior to this still. And it was far smoother, and it was also far quicker to respond. Mostly it was smoother. That's what I was impressed by. And also the sport mode in the M440i was tuned and programmed better than this. In this X3, when you hit the sport mode, the transmission just automatically shifts into a lower gear, and now you're hovering around 3,000 RPM at like 50 miles an hour. So excessive, such a waste of fuel. I hate that. With the coupe, when you hit the sport mode button, the vehicle would just hover around under 2,000 RPM, even at the city speeds, even out on the highway as well. And when you hit the gas, it just became quicker to respond. That was the best sport mode I've ever experienced in a vehicle. I thought this X3 M40i would mimic that, but it does not. The coupe gets a better tuning of this drivetrain. Something to keep in mind. Now, another con is going to be with this ride quality. Clearly, it's an M40i, so compared to the regular X3, this vehicle is a lot stiffer, so you're going to notice that out on the highway and also at the slower speeds around parking lot speeds. You're going to feel those nuanced little bumps and things. Another pro though is going to be with this steering wheel. Well, not the steering wheel, the actual steering feedback of it. I think they have nailed the steering weight of these. In the past, I've complained with BMW products, their steering was so overweighted, so synthetic for no apparent reason. It just did not feel right. This feels perfect. Also the ride quality, these BMWs, these M products used to ride way worse in the past. Like I'm talking 2018 or so, they used to ride way rougher, and also the steering was way out of whack. So they've fixed that for sure for 2022. No problems there for me. Another con, especially compared to the regular X3, is going to be the wind noise. So the wind noise in this is crazy past 70 miles an hour. I think a lot of that has to do with this this mirror design. It looks cool and all that, but I think it's causing a lot of wind noise. I think that's the cause of it, because the regular X3, it was so quiet. I had no issues with that at all. Neither of these vehicles use double pane glass, but the regular X3 didn't need to. It was just naturally a quiet vehicle. So the wind noise, very annoying in this M model. Something to keep in mind there. The tire noise is just fine. We have 245 wide tires in the front, 275s in the rear. These are the Bridgestone Alenza tires, whatever the hell it's called. Very quiet, plenty of grip, no problems. I think maybe 19-inch wheels might be available. I'm not sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but if they are, I would go with that. Makes the vehicle ride a little bit better. But another pro of this is going to be the interior space. It's not quite as solid as the Audis, but compared to the Mercedes, far more solid than that. This is a good space to spend time in. Very ergonomic, easy to use, physical buttons. Also, this infotainment screen, one of the better ones in the business. Okay, I think it's a 10.25-inch screen. It's a touch screen, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Very easy to use, just a lot of menu jumping, but once you get used to it, it's actually not that bad. It's one of the better ones. And it's quick to respond as well. The gauge cluster also looks great. I think that's a 12.3 inch screen right there in the gauge cluster. Easy to react, easy to read, no problems. One of my more favorite ones. And you have things like one-touch automatic windows for all 4 windows, automatic headlights. This carbon fiber trim, it's only $300 as an option. Definitely get that. Really spruces up this interior space. You have plenty of different color choices for the interior. You can get that cognac interior, white interiors. This Sensitech seat is extremely comfortable, mind you, even more comfortable than the X5 even. With the X5, I would definitely recommend getting like the merino leathers or the Versanic leather. I don't even know what that's called, but I would actually upgrade the leather in that, because in this, that's not necessary. I think these Sensitechs do a fine job. Plenty of lumbar support, no issues. My only con with it is when you get this carbon fiber package, the center console does not receive the carbon fiber trimmings. It has this stupid piano black plastic, which gets very dirty, very dusty, very nasty quickly. So hate that they didn't use carbon fiber here, but it is what it is. The interior space is fine though. The rear seats are okay. The trunk space is going to be more than enough for most people. Another thing, this can be a pro or a con to some. The driving position of this feels like you're just driving a car. Okay, I forgot to mention this in my full review, but the driving position in this just feels like you're getting in and out of a vehicle, like a car, if you will, not an SUV. So if you want that higher seating position and things like that, you're not going to get that here. You have to step up to either the GLC or the SQ5. Those vehicles feel a little bit higher up than this. This just feels like you're driving a car. So for some people, you might like that. For others, most people looking for an SUV want that commanding view. This doesn't really have it. And the overall handling dynamic is definitely a pro. It's impressive. It's a good, capable machine. High-speed stability is fantastic. You know, you can be doing a healthy speed in a very windy day, and it's so stable. The handling demeanor is great, feels very neutral, feels balanced. In fact, it feels a little bit more rear-wheel drive biased, and that's true. Even with this all-wheel drive system, they've done a good job tuning it to feel like it's pushing you through the corners like a rear-wheel drive vehicle does, while still being planted and sure-footed. You're not going to be pulling off any drifts in this or anything like that, but it's a neutral, balanced, safe driving vehicle. Plenty of confidence here, not an issue. That's kind of what BMW is known for, and they're providing that to you here. So overall conclusions, nice little vehicle. I promised I would talk to you about this in the beginning, but I have partnered up with LeaseCompanion to give you guys good deals on new vehicles if you're looking to order them. Like you want to order a new X3 M40i, you can actually take 1% off MSRP. I would actually recommend to most people to get the regular X3 because it's a smoother experience, but you can also get more money off of that, 6% off MSRP. So that makes the deal a lot better for you. And also you can finance it, you can pay cash, you don't have to lease if you don't want to. They're located in the Washington, D.C. area. They do ship nationwide. Just watch out if you're in California, the shipping cost will go up to around $1,500, $2,000, especially with the way fuel is right now. But do not pay over MSRP for vehicles. That's why I partnered up with a company like LeaseCompanion so you can take money off of MSRP. And they will charge a broker fee between $300 to $500. So when you sign up with my link and you order through my link, you can actually take between $25 to $50 off of that broker fee. Just so you know, just so you can take some money off there as well. So with that established, all of that will be in the description box below, along with my other review links. So thanks again for watching. Take care and goodbye.